the blue corner. He wears the black trunks with the green trim. He scaled 13 stone 4 pounds 4 ounces. His professional record: 1 win, no losses, 1 draw, and his 1 win came by way of knockout. Fighting out of Chapeltown, Leeds, introducing the one, Mali, the Matrix Wright.
Just fix your shields a bit. Okay, boys, both know the rules. I want you to obey my commands. I tell you to break clean. Defend yourselves at all times, boys. Good luck to you both.
Well, as you said, Jordan, really good to see 2 young novice pros not afraid to roll the dice in what was a close first encounter over 4 rounds just a few weeks ago, and running things back to settle the score.
4 weeks on, I think it's going to be a bit of a shootout. 4 rounds isn't a long time. This is a sprint, so we're going to see an all-action fight, I think.
Oh, and you're absolutely right, because they both come out firing. Mali Wright in the black trunks with the green and white trim. Lewis Palmer in the white trunks, just landed at a left hook in the first 15 seconds of the contest, and he was in and out nice and sharp. And Mali Wright, I dare say, just was a little sluggish compared to his debut in their first encounter. And Palmer be quick in and out, just walked into a couple of straight shots from right there.
See the knee braces on Mali Wright. Don't know if that's a bad sign. Maybe he's had some injuries in camp, or maybe he just likes the feel of them, but maybe we'll see. Will it affect him or not?
Palmer looking calm, relaxed, just moving his man around, just waiting to pick his moment, just trying to draw the lead, just catches a glancing jab. Lively right hand there from Wright, just lifts his hand up in the air, kind of like the old amateur days. He scored a point, you would pay to the judges, and he had a decent amateur career, 29 bouts, 27 wins at senior level. First went to the gym with Nick Manners at the age of 15. He'll of course have a vested interest in the main event as part of the Josh Warrington team too. He's known them for a long time. And, Warrington, he's got the bloodstained shorts from the Lee Selby winner Ellen Road in his gym.
It's good experience just being around those guys. You know, people like Maxie Hughes, people like Josh Warrington that are fighting at the top level for world titles. To be in the gym, to be training alongside them guys, it'd be a great experience for someone like Mali Wright who's coming through the ranks. But he's in a real fight tonight. It's good to see so early in his career.
Oh, lovely check left hook there. As Palmer stepped in, Mali Wright just caught him on the turn. He has got beautiful timing. He breaks his rhythm well as he just steps in again, just double jab, and then a long right hand. He's got real levers on him too.
Really taking control of this first round. Landed some nice shots. I think Palmer is looking comfortable. He's moving well around the ring, but you know, he needs to make something happen. He's not actually landing. He needs to do something to win these rounds. Like we said, there's only 4 rounds to go. Sorry, there's only 3 rounds to go after this, so something needs to happen.
Yeah, I think that was the problem for Wright last time. Just started way too slowly and almost forgot that actually you can't claw back the rounds in a 4 rounder. You give 2 away, and there's nothing you can really do about it, bar a knockdown. But he started a little sharper than he did in their first encounter. And well, for Lewis Palmer, the shots that he did take, he took them well, didn't seem fazed by them. But Mali Wright round for you, Jordan?
Yeah, definitely. He landed the cleanest shots, the eye-catching shots. I've known Liam Walsh and Carl Baker in the corner of Palmer for a long time, and I know, you know, they know their boxing, so it's going to be interesting to see what they say to him in between the rounds to G him up. And he's only got 3 rounds to go, so he needs to make something happen. He needs to win all 3 rounds to win the fight and avoid a draw again. So it's going to be interesting to see what he comes out with in the second round. I think it's going to be maybe a little bit more action.
Corners, 10 seconds.
And I spoke to Dave Caldwell earlier on today about when Lewis Palmer came down to spar Lerone Richards. I think it was one of the first spars back at the start of camp, and he said, look, you can't take too much from it. He said, because Richards is at just a different level altogether than both of these competitors and a different stage of his career. He said, but somebody that, in kind of absence of an amateur background, he said, from what I saw, very, very impressed, and I thought with the right coaching and management and direction, if he's got the dedication, he said, I think he could actually go a fair way. And that's a pretty ringing endorsement from your coach, Jordan. He's in and around camp with quality fighters day in, day out, and for the last several years. And he said, no, I think he's pretty good. And actually, he's showing a lot here.
Definitely, he's moving well. He's got a great shape to him. I mean, you only have to look at him and know that he's not out of place on the big stage like this. So, yeah, I think he's got a lot of promise. I feel like he needs to make something happen. I think he needs to land some shots of his own to have a chance to win this fight. He just landed a big right hand there. So, like you said, when you're looking at people like Lerone Richards, they're a different level. You're not going to be looking at Callum Smith, your Anthony Yards, your Joshua Boatzis, but no, you need to compare yourself to the prospects coming up now. Guys like Thomas Whittaker-Hart, who we saw with a brutal first-round knockout the other day. People like Callum Simpson, people like John Hedges coming through the ranks as well in this weight division.
Yeah, absolutely. Just taking a right hand in the fray there, Lewis Palmer.
This is now where he needs to work, and nothing's happening. He backed off. Let Mali Wright go to work there.
There you go. Nice and patient and straight. There you go. Look at Mali Wright. Look at Mali Wright. Lovely. There you go. Enjoy yourself. Big win. All right.
Another stiff exchange. Palmer's got a fair bit of height and reach to negate here as well. Not only is Mali Wright tall, he's got really, really long arms, and he punches it at full extension as well.
So it's going to be difficult for him to get past that reach. No, he has done at certain times, but he's punching with him, and that's when he's landing.
Oh, just feinting with the feet, jab into the body. Little success with a jab to the body. Mali Wright, perhaps success with the straighter shots upstairs. Now the two just trade as they hear the 10-second clapper. Coming to a close, round 2 of 4.
Close round.
Yeah, it was a closer round than the first, certainly. And well, speaking of novice pros, Sky Nicholson is in for a second time in, I think, just 3 weeks. San Diego on the Tito Martinez undercard. Well, I mean, talk about looking relaxed, Jordan. She looks about as relaxed as you could for someone that's boxing at 7 o'clock.
Cool as a cucumber. She's ready for action, look.
Her opponent said earlier on this week she's kind of accepted the role of gatekeeper in the women's division between, I guess, anything from 118 to 130, and absolutely nothing wrong with that. Beck Connolly's been a really good servant to the women's sport. She's been in with just about everybody that you could name in the women's game, outside of maybe Katie Taylor. She boxed Natasha Jonas, Terry Harper, Rachel Ball, and of course the new breed coming through, Eddie Scottley, Ramla Ali, and an opportunity for her tonight to again get some rounds in and ask a question or two of Sky Nicholson. That will start our broadcast on the zone at 7 o'clock around the world. Into round 3 then. This light heavyweight encounter between Mali Wright in the black trunks with the green lettering and Lewis Palmer in the white trunks.
A little bit more of a sense of urgency from Lewis Palmer at the moment. He's come out to land some few shots, but he got caught with a combination himself.
He must sense after those first 2 rounds, the last one was close, but he'll know that he gave the first away. He will maybe sense that he has to win these last 2, and activity and being busier will be a crucial part of that. But he's just stepping off here, switches to southpaw, feint jabs to the head, that was just caught on the glove of Mali Wright, who, for me, just looking at a little bit more flat-footed than, again, he was on his debut, and he beckons his man in, but I just wonder whether this is where he will have to have that conversation with Nick Manners, and if they're going to box at 175, so look, I think maybe coming in at under 180 pounds is just going to suit you in terms of carrying that extra weight. I'm not sure it's suiting him, Jordan.
Yeah, definitely. You look at the man, he's carrying extra weight. It's not usable weight. It's not like he's packed on muscle for strength or power. He's carrying a little bit of weight around the middle. See, not as bad as some fighters, but he looks like he could lose it and maybe be a bit more efficient if he did.
Yeah, his power really comes from relaxation, those long levers, turning through at full extension and timing, and putting on 7 or 8 extra pounds. Yeah, he's a big guy. It's not, it's not 2 stone, but it's not probably doing him any favours. And maybe they'll have a look at this if they get through and get the win. So, right, we need to come in under £180 for the next contest, see how we are closer to the light heavyweight limit. Lewis Palmer looking fleeter of foot here, but harder to get into range with the short levers, but he's giving it his best shot. Minute to go in the third.
Landing some nice shots, but he's just leaving himself there to be hit and countered when he does. So that was a nice stiff jab. I'd like to see him take his head offline after he lands that jab, after he lands that right hand, just to get out of the way. Ask a few more questions of Mali Wright. Nice right hand to the body.
Just getting warmed up. Lewis Palmer looks like he's just got into a groove here. Nice 1-2 there. Landed some of the best clean shots that he's landed in the contest so far.
This is where I want him to build on that. I don't want him to skip off and sort of nick the round. Like him to, there's nothing wrong with moving, but maybe change the angle, then go again.
That was a lovely counter just off the line there, and then just pivoted back to centre ring. 15 seconds to go in round number 3, and well, he's I don't know whether he's hearing you, Jordan. He's hearing his corner, but he's doing what you and they are asking of him, and there's just a little bit of blood just on the inside of, sort of looks like a cut inside of the eye of Mali Wright there. Not sure where it's coming from. We'll try and get a look at that in the corners, but well, again, a little bit of afters between these two.
A little bit spicy. It's a Lewis Palmer round, I think.
I think you're right, and well, that could potentially leave this one in the balance going into the 4th and final round, as close as it was last time out. And well, he will have gathered confidence from the last couple of rounds. It is close, this.
It's all to play for.
Highlight there from Mali Wright, just landing the left hook and just sliding out the way of the right hand, but well, jab exchange won by Palmer there. Just a more assertive, wasn't he? Took a few more risks, and as you say, just slipping and sliding, getting off the line after he threw.
Nice little step back there, just avoided that jab. Would have liked to see this over 6 rounds. Don't know if it's a bit more exciting because it's over 4 and we're not quite sure who wins, but I think it'd be well decided over 6 rounds. It's a shame.
We're going to get a trilogy, a famous trilogy between these two fight novices.
Matrix reloaded again.
Well, it'd be revolutions, wouldn't it? Away they go for the 4th and final round. Really interesting contest this. Mali Wright and Lewis Palmer, think all to play for in this final round. Just really good to see young prospects taking proper challenges and 50-50 fights. So unusual at this stage of their careers. It's normally, stacked A-side cards, but this is absolutely anything but. And well, Palmer just stepping around the outside, just catches a cuffing sharp right hand from Wright, just left hand low in range. Palmer that time just leads with the right to the body, punching at the same time, both having success in these exchanges. And it's nip and tuck, this.
Good action from both men. I think it's going to be down to the last minute, possibly, who finishes the strongest, who lands the cleaner shots. Need a sense of urgency from Palmer here, and from Wright. Can't leave it to the judges.
In the corner there of Palmer saying he's tired, and I think it's tallying with what we're seeing. He just looks a little fresher in the feet than Mali Wright. Can he get in and out? Just jabs off that feint there, just switches, avoids the oncoming fire, just a skimming right to the midsection, came back from Wright, lands a jab.
At this stage in the fight, the last minute or so, where it comes down to who wants it more.
Yeah, and it will do, just ticking over that final minute of the last round. Palmer just skips out of range, but he's got to try and put an exclamation mark on this if he wants to have his hand raised at the end. We could be looking at another draw here, folks, you know. Just drops under the jab of Mali Wright. Again, just steps in off the jab, catches the left hook in return. 40 seconds on the clock. Wright lands a couple of shots on the inside. Palmer just digs away to the body. Couple of left hooks up close, just a sense maybe Mali Wright's landing the cleaner shots in these up close exchanges. Is that going to be enough to just tip the fight in his favour? Palmer responds now.
Seems to be getting the better of these exchanges. Both men desperate to land the finishing blow.
Well, Mali Wright started well, finished well. Palmer arguably had the better of the middle. And Wright has landed a couple of really clean sweeping shots at the end. They've just turned the head of Palmer. I think that secured the round for him.
Definitely.
Give round 1 to Wright, round 4 to Wright. And well, 3 to Palmer, 2 was up in the air. It's going to be how they've seen it ringside. But, well, not a great deal, again, to split them.
Great fight, great little 4-rounder. It's what we like to see at the start of a big show like this.
It is, it absolutely is. I'd be really interested to know how you guys have seen it. Feel free to at myself and Jordan on Twitter and let us know how you saw that fight. We'll, of course, get the official result from David Diamante in 3 or 4 minutes' time. But Wright started better than did in the first contest. Took the first round. Palmer took a little while to get warmed up. 2 was closer, 3 was Palmer's round, and 4, just as the exchanges started to get a little bit more wild, it was Wright really that was landing the clean shots. Is that how you saw it too?
Yeah, I think so. I think Mali Wright started really well. I thought he secured the first round. I thought the second round could be possibly a 10-10 round. It was a very close round. If he was going to tip it anyway, probably Mali Wright's way as well. Palmer definitely won the third, and then the fourth was a clear one for Mali Wright. So I think if it is going to go anyway now, it should be Mali Wright's way, and I think that's what we'll see. But let's find out.
Let's find out indeed. Let's head over to David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, what do you say we get a nice round of sound for both of these fighters, please? After 4 rounds of action here in Leeds, we go to referee Mark Lyson's scorecard. It reached 39-38 for your winner, the one, Mali Matrix Wright.
Yeah, I think that